Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. We're going to jump straight in, and this is going to be a little bit of an unusual start for us because we were 10-15 minutes into an episode and actively engaged with chat when suddenly the stream dropped out. So we made the unorthodox decision to actually cut the episode and reload from before we'd taken any action. That means that I've seen at least the setup for this battle, but we're going to have to do some of the purchasing and stuff again. Or maybe we won't, because this looks like the squad. No, it's not. Okay. Yep. So let's see if we can speed through some of this stuff. And we're going to bring out most of the guys that we had before. And maybe... yeah, it was Kisaragi that we had. All right, let's float right through some of the upgrades that we did. I think for Takamiya, we'd come in here to the Sentinel upgrade, and we'd given her... we did another level of fire control for her. And then for... was it Shinonome? I think that we had done... I think we did another thing of fire control for her as well. All right. And with that, a few upgrades here as we went through. Let's go. Oops, oops, oops. All the wrong buttons. But yeah, sorry everybody. As Cara Luna said, it must have been a camouflaged EMP. If we go out again, do please let me know, because there was absolutely no indication on this side. We do have a stream monitor up, but it just didn't show that there was any problem. All right, I'm going to upgrade the multi-rocket launchers for her. Just see here. Oh, did we... you know what else we did? We also went in here and went to meta system. Yeah, and we had upgraded the meta system to level 8, so that then we can do the shield, the meta chip multiplier. And then I was looking at doing like the next round, and I think we did the next round as well. Yeah, chip multiplier level 5, please. And now... okay, so I'm not sure that I care too much about upgrading Kisaragi, because she's going to be sitting out next round no matter what we do. So how about Yakushiji? Let's upgrade her... oh, interesting. Look, she has a shield repair. We did not get this last time. Places a shield and recovers 30% HP of an ally. The only issue with that is that I very rarely... like my whole goal is not to take the 30% damage. Fires missiles into target area. Gravitic forces pull kaiju towards the impact zone. I think I want that a lot. The only thing I might want more is an upgrade to Flare Torpedo, even though we know that it's not super useful for this particular combat. It sounds super useful in general. Upgrading her sentry gun is so cheap. And then shield emitter? Yeah, let's get that. Now I've got $6 grand left to play with. I'm going to upgrade his Demolisher Blade. That leaves me with $5 grand. And then... yeah, too late for gravity missiles, but that's fine. I'm going to unlock... no. No, I want... ignores armor. Yeah, I'm going to do this for her. This is actually now a completely different set of upgrades than we did last time, and I am comfortable with that. I'm not correcting a mistake, I'm just making new choices. Okay, it's good enough. Let's jump in. So I'm going to be quiet during the comment. Oh, I didn't point out... it said maximum 4 strike team members, and I decided immediately we're not going for that. That's going to be something that I would circle back for with a more upgraded team. Why risk a loss to go for a bonus objective when we're trying to keep our consecutive battle bonus up at 240%? So since we're not doing that, that's why we're not bringing Goto on the team. That's information from the previous attempt at this. Are you sure you want to autosave? Yes, I am. Hold on. Ooh, I'll read that in 1 second.
Daimo's signatures. Look there. Warning. Dival signatures approaching. Preparing to intercept. Initiating tactical analysis.
Are those Sentinels? Are they on our side? They look like first-gen models, but they're giving off Deimos signatures.
Most likely, they're the first-generation units we lost in the battle at Sector 2.
So they were seized and repurposed?
Repurposed? Well, it may be more accurate to say they were reset. When we attempted to deploy automated Sentinels, they behaved as if they were Deimos. During the battle at Sector 2, Units 1 to 11 were being remotely controlled by me.
You piloted 11 units by yourself? At the same time?
It wasn't efficient, and the D-forces were clearly influencing their processes and abilities.
And that's why we directly control them now. Too many problems with automation.
I thought they were destroyed in that battle.
I don't know if it's that simple.
Juro, what do you mean by that?
Look, they're coming. They seem like pretty heavy units. And they've even got the composite ceramic armor.
So they're close quarters Deimos frontliners now. If we don't shut them down, the terminal won't last.
Alright, an enemy Sentinel Gladiator nullifies all attacks that inflict damage of 300 or lower, deliver attacks that deal high damage with each blow. Yeah, that means no machine guns, and as we found out in our aborted version of this mission, individual multi-missile strikes don't reach that threshold. So you want big, high-impact strikes like the sentry cannons, like the rail guns, things like that, gravity missiles, stuff like that. Now, I want to call back to Blobby-Blah's line that, oh, we have to pilot the Sentinels manually. I guess automation won't be able to take every job, which I found very entertaining. Yeah, and this is also the first battle that we've done in the entire game that has a different win condition. We have to kill 7 Sentinels. It's not just like live for 2 minutes or fire the weapon, destroy all 7 gladiators.
They don't stand a chance. Don't wait, I'll make it work.
So, now the good news is, it's not like we're getting to replay this with some advanced knowledge of the future. A lot of these moves should be extremely similar to what we did last time, because we were well on our way to victory before everything fell apart. All right, let me grab my other G1. Let's grab his Demolisher Blade. I'm so happy that he can move past his friend. Yeah, let's see if we can finish off this guy.
You're done. Good.
Perfect.
Confirmed termination of Gladiator Deimos signature.
Oh, and as Forrest is saying, yeah, for Goto to be controlling 11 Sentinels by himself, let's remember that in Pacific Rim, it took 2 people to control one of those guys. Pacific Rim is such a good movie. Just a quick pause to say, I don't really like giant monster movies. I don't dislike them, but they're not really my thing. So when I say that Pacific Rim is an awesome movie, I hope that carries the weight that I intend, because I really, really like Pacific Rim. Alright, so with my heavy railgun, I could probably kill all of those guys, maybe. Do some damage to that guy, possibly kill all those guys. Yeah. And I'm going to target these guys. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because they're the blue guys. They're the upgraded workers. So they, will this kill them? I don't know. But they're not going to be too happy about it.
Score! How is that? I need to think things through.
Okay, so multi-locking missiles, not great against that guy, but, oh, if she was just a bit closer, she could get all those little swarmers. So let's move her just a touch.
Number 23, let's do this.
And similar for her, yeah, let's move out here.
Number 21,
I gotta figure out which one is Sentinel number 11 and in what way they're within enemy threat range. Oh, that little guy? Yeah, I'm not too worried about him. Alright, so now let's move. Now, I'm going to have the enemy Sentinel in, like, firing range, but... Yeah, right there. That should hit all of them. But really, I want the missiles to focus on the little guys. Because you'll see there that the Sentinels here took 0 points. That's because no individual hit was more than 300 points.
That do it? I need to think.
So put a sentry gun like here. I figure nearer to the edge of the map, it should have more opportunities to sort of fire crosswise. Let's put that right there.
I need to think things through.
Okay, multi-locking missiles is not going to trouble that Sentinel at all. Hi, Sentinel at all. Force says, I like his call sign versus everybody else. They don't stand a chance, let's do it, versus, I'll make it work. Yeah, it's not a very confident bunch in here, but one of the... Actually, I'm not sure that she has anything that she can do, so maybe we'll lay down a flare torpedo, like, here-ish, and that way, we do know that there's going to be more enemies in here. That'll sort of be in their way as we go. Alright. Demolisher Blade. One of the sort of fun little things is that all of this is happening on everybody's first day. That's been apparent during the... ever since the, episode 1.
There's only 5 enemy Sentinels left.
Warning, Dymo signatures approaching. Enemy in range. Preparing to intercept. Initiating tactical analysis.
We can't afford to hold anything back. Don't try to take them down by yourself. Stay in close formation and rely on your allies.
I won't give up.
Don't waste any chances.
Okay, and I'm even more distressed by my positioning now than I was last time. So that's how you know that I'm not learning from... It's not even past mistakes, it's from past successes. Also, Caroluna is telling Moo that he apparently has a cow suit in Space Engineers. And Forrest is calling on a cow Sentinel. I would absolutely love that. Okay, so the hell am I going to do about this? Well, I think what I'd like to do is do like a big EMP pulse. That would be a good way to handle this. Can I... Nope, I can't move past him. If I come down this street and come down here... Yeah, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. And EMP all these guys. Right there.
Oh. Did that do it?
I need to think things through.
Okay. With them all stunned from the EMP, I feel like doing... And these are not the big Sentinel guys. These are smaller, non-Sentinel guys. Oh, well, I mean, some of them are the Sentinels, but mostly I'm worried about the guys that are not.
There!
For an attack like multi-locking missiles.
Got it! I did it! Let's turn this around!
Oh, yeah, but what I was saying is that the lack of confidence that you hear from the characters is because for most of them, not Goto, but for pretty much everybody else, they're learning how to pilot their Sentinels in a live fire combat scenario, and they've been doing it for about 6 hours or something. So they're really getting the Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow treatment here. I'm looking for something. EMP Stunner? EMP Stunner is a great choice. Yeah, that's going to knock all those flying guys down and stop their advancement.
I'll handle this. They felt bad.
Unbelievable. I'm acting like an amateur.
Let's do... Okay, stop. Let me... There we go. I'm going to have a different arc on this. Okay, Demolisher Blade, and I would like to... Yeah, pack this guy right in the back.
Here it comes! How's that? Enemy down!
Okay, what's the situation?
Ground-piercing rocket launchers seems... Yeah, oh, I want to hit the 2 shield generator guys, these Apsos guys.
say your prayers. Did I?
They're going to no room
There's
for
so many
hesitation.
explosions right now. Yeah, so hopefully Carolina is streaming again tomorrow. So I would like to... It's tough to talk about anything except this game when this game is on, just because of how it flows. Mad Max is a better... From a streaming perspective, it's a better game to, like, hold forth on other topics. But I don't want to let it be gone unsaid that Caroluna's streams of Space Engineers have been a lot of fun to watch. And it's easy to see why. They play to a lot of his strengths with sort of this sort of like soft-spoken industriousness that he has.
Gladiator Dymo signature.
Hold on a second.
Warning, Dymo signatures approaching. Enemy in range.
I see the incoming attack.
Looks like we have 3 more on the way.
Okay. So I want to stop this attack from coming in. We learned during the aborted section of this that an EMP pulse will apparently reset the firing arc, and probably has. I think it's actually shorting out right now, which is why we don't see it filling up. But, yeah, if I can sort of... this isn't great placement. It's only going to hit the 2 of them. Do I have anything a little bit more focused? Yeah, if anybody hasn't played it, Space Engineers is sort of a really open sandbox about building vehicles and machines. It's a game about collecting resources to unlock technologies to design buildings and structures and vehicles and tools to then collect more resources more efficiently. And it's such a neat game. I really, really enjoy it. However, as with so many things, it is best played by people with a certain, like, design sensibility. Yeah, I want to get these mine guys first.
I deny you! Yes!
Okay, what's the plan?
What is
Dymo
happening?
signatures approaching.
Okay, so I don't want to take that hit that you can see coming in on Yakushiji there.
That should be all of them. Everyone, keep at it.
As long as I can keep this thing moving.
And there's an emphasis on physically based models. It's not always 100%, but it's close enough that it's a lot of, like, it's just such an enjoyable game. And I love looking at the designs that people come up with, because my designs in Space Engineers were very, very utilitarian. Here's a craft I can use to go get beacon pods as they come down. Here's a mobile mining platform I can use to collect ice to power all my hydrogen engines and stuff. And like, they're super ugly. And then I'll look at the stuff that Caroluna is designing and piloting around. They're so cool. God damn it. I can leg spike this guy. He's not going to like that at all. I'm just concerned that it's going to leave her open to attack. Alternatively, I can come take care of this guy, because I think Yakushiji's going to take a big hit here. Yeah, let me come take care of this.
Come on! How's that? Give it up. I'll take them down. Got it!
Okay. I would love to have more shielding on everybody. Yes, let's do this. Moo also loved that description of Caroluna's style. Do centrifugal force next.
Initiating shield.
Much obliged.
I don't know that I want to try to come up with great... It's so challenging to come up with, just in a sentence or two, a descriptor that will encompass all of the reasons that you guys are so good. Like, even what I said about Caroluna is inadequate, but hopefully comes a little bit close to communicating how much I enjoy his style and your style, Moo, and Forces. So I don't know that I want to risk falling as far short as I feel like my my vocabulary would take me, but...
Got that one.
I am very much looking forward to when Force does resume streaming. I know there's been a big focus on... For some reason, Force has been playing fewer video games in service of pursuing her career. I don't know what is going on with her priorities there. They seem a little bit messed up to me. But yeah, Force is much more interested in investing in her long-term vocational health and well-being than in playing video games on Twitch.
Come on.
So as a result,
How was that?
I've really been missing her Sherlock Holmes streams.
Just 3 more. Don't let your guard down. Let's go.
Oh, big mellifluous drop from Moo. Yeah, so who was it? Was it Moo? I know that Moo was involved in the conversation. Somebody used the phrase mellifluous, and I was like, I actually don't 100% know what that means. And I think it was Moo that gave the description of where melodious is applied to like nice sounding music, mellifluous would be used for like speech or prose, which was a really good description of it. It's the kind of definition that I hope will stay with me. Yeah, let's hit these guys because it should blow up that shield generator Epsos guy, but also do a number on that armored gladiator that's coming in.
Was that okay? Oh, guess that did it.
I guess life comes at you fast.
Okay, we are... Yeah, I can blow up that one mine, but the G1s are so well suited to take on these other Sentinels. Okay. Can we please... Yep, and I do not know why we're not getting a back attack here since we're so plainly coming right up this guy's sphincter, but 1.5% damage or not, that man is dead.
Confirmed termination of Gladiator Dymo signature.
2 left. Almost there.
Here we go.
I'm not used to this thing.
Wait, what? Who just took a lot of damage? Did I or did they? No, all my blue bars are full. Carolyn is saying the only thing I've designed in Space Engineers you saw is the start of the mining ship I tried to do. The mining ship I was flying is the default and comes with that start. Same go for all the other ships in there. All of them are vanilla. Believe me, you'll know when you'll see a ship that I've designed. I still really like it. Space Engineers is... It's like... It in some way, in terms of like its interface and stuff, and it's like user experience, feels a lot like a first draft, but it's like the first draft of something that could be a masterpiece. I don't want to oversell it, but I'm really, really impressed by that game. Yes. Let me fire all the way across all these dudes. I'm just looking to see what's my best. Yeah, so this will hit one of the incoming Sentinels and a whole bunch of his littler friends.
That do it? Say your prayers. I need to think things through.
Multi-locking missiles is going to do a pretty good number on all these guys, I hope.
No, don't let up.
I've been thinking, and I kind of feel like the combat in this game, like the graphical presentation of it, might have been originally put in as a placeholder, like a much more primitive than what we see. Placeholder was just sort of top down and extremely rudimentary. And then as they went, they were like, you know what? It actually looks and flows really well the way that it is. We don't have to put in like super high fidelity graphics for this part.
You were done.
Pardon me. It actually works really well for the scope of the battles that we're doing. And then they sort of touched it up with sort of the bloomy holographic level to it. It's just a guess. But it seems unlikely. It would be surprising to me if this graphical style was like intended all the way through. Because maybe it was. It's just very inventive. So I don't like those. Oh, I did it. Okay.
Aegis activated. Terminal closure complete.
Unfortunately, it looks like I was right. Those weren't captured Sentinels. These Sentinels' ID codes were all 3 digits. They were newly created as Deimos units.
they were the same type as the number 12I pilot.
Ida-san was the one who put the first gens together. I just helped out. The auxiliary stuff was from my design, like the EMPs and the anti-air flares. But these things were never meant to have a direct pilot. The original spec had them all automated.
Explains why the enemy got a hold of them.
That also means it's got a more unstable connection to its pilot. We had to put a limiter on its functions.
So its true power is being restrained. What would happen if that limiter came off?
You'll get a huge boost in maneuverability, but it'll put an incredible strain on the pilot, too.
A small price for new power, and nothing a true son of Japan can't handle. Sounds like it might have its advantages anyway. I'll have to let Sekigahara and Nogata know.
We did it!
So that combat went rather different than the first attempt, and also for, you know, just to set the stage for people, that is now officially as far as we've seen. So everything from here is going to be entirely new, because we didn't finish the combat last time before the stream dumped out.
Area secure. Heading to next terminal.
All right. Good looking out, Hijiyama. I would love at that point when you're like unlocking the abilities right there, I would love to be able to press a button and to see exactly what the unlock is. Like what does that little perk mean? S rank. Hello to Brian. Okay, so we've unlocked a mystery, and it's going to ask me in a second. Yeah, we didn't get that bonus. That's fine. Oh, interesting. We cannot go further. Now we have to unlock Shu Amaguchi's Across the World in 30 Kilometers event. So let me just take a quick look back at chat, because there were some longer comments that I wanted to read. Yeah, specifically just to, like, I played a lot of Space Engineers and really, really enjoyed it. The exact point at which I started to fall off of it was time for me to go into areas that had roaming drones that weren't super dangerous, but it was around the time like, okay, now get guns and turrets and automatic belt feeders to like feed them ammunition. And I was like, I just don't feel like figuring that system out right now. So I sort of like drifted away from it, but my base is still there. And Caroluna, I'm just letting you know, my base is heinously ugly. It is just like whatever, you know, no attempt to put anything in any sort of like ordered place or anything like that. Let me just take a quick look back as we go. So Force is saying, for some reason, Celtic has been focusing more on his long-term placement as a new father rather than streaming video games. Which is bizarre to her. Yeah, it's so weird when people decide to put their real-life health and well-being over the entertainment of us on Twitch. I'm a person too, damn it. Moo, says Force, is very warm and welcoming, whose commentary over such games as Serious Sam offers a pleasant juxtaposition to the action on screen, but at the same time keeps the viewer engaged. Force, that is an awesome description of Moo. For anybody that may not have been there, Moo hit one point in Serious Sam 4, I think it was, which was just such a pill. It was so difficult, but she never lost her cool. She just made it seem like it was not a test of patience, but an exercise in patience, and like adjusting your strategy and dealing with the checkpoint where it was. And it was a lot of fun in a situation that I feel like for me would have been a lot, it would have felt very frustrating, I think. Okay, so there's new information in here. Yeah, no, I've not read this. Tomi Kisaragi comes from the destroyed future of 2024. People tend to think she's sassy because of her candid, unbothered demeanor, but she's quick-witted and strong-willed enough to overcome most stresses. Her nickname is Usami. Usami is a nickname that plays on her first name, Tomi. The to in her name is the same character for rabbit, or usagi in Japanese. Mi is one way of reading the Japanese character that means beauty. Usami makes Usami. Oh, so it's like beautiful rabbit, I guess. Hopefully I'm reading that correctly. In 2024, she uploaded a video titled Inaba Rabbit on a video sharing site showcasing her talented singing skills. I don't know, that's new information to me. I don't know where that came from in the story, but I'm cool with it. Let's see if there's anything else in here. All right, Kaiju. The hologram that appeared inside the 2025 remains of the Kaiju stated the following. Shikishima Interstellar Development Division Terraforming Project number 8834, third phase, surface construction and modification, colossal autonomous heavy machinery, D-Series D800 giant molar, surface excavation unit. Yes, it sure did. Okay, the D-Series D800 is a large surface excavation unit developed by Shikishima Industries. It was built for the third phase of the terraforming project for the purpose of surface construction and modification. Built to withstand the extreme conditions of increased pressure and gravity, has an outer hull comprised of a specially treated metal with an increased melting point, possesses 3 articulated legs that allow for autonomous mobilization to any excavation site, able to perform for up to 180 days of continuous operation. I wonder why a triped. First generation Sentinels from 2064 that were taken during the... Wait, so did I have the zones wrong? Here's why I'm asking, because I thought that Zone 2 or Sector 2 would have been 1985, but in that combat they specified that the Sentinels were taken during the battle in Sector 2, and here that's saying that these Sentinels were from 2064 that were taken during the Kaiju invasion. They became deadly additions to the Kaiju forces, or so it was thought. In actuality, to combat the Sentinels gaining power, these were newly developed Kaiju based on the construction data of the first generation Sentinels. The destructive power is still intact, and they even come equipped with composite ceramic armor. Despite being prototypes, these enemies come with the durability to withstand low power attacks. Boy, thank God I did invest in, what's it called? Demolisher Blade, because that does a number on them. The apartment where Tomi Kisaragi lived in 2025 was destroyed by the Kaiju. The first floor of the building was a cake shop, popular for their pear tart. And then in the 1980s, an era of countless innovative products and technologies such as mobile phones, video cameras, small PCs, and video games. It's also an era that saw a global shift from industrial societies to information societies. Unfortunately, I feel like we have to put information in quotes now. I don't know that it's informative. In the 2020s, the city is in ruin due to the Kaiju attacks. There is a giant abyss where Sakura High School used to be. So, I didn't necessarily put together in our previous episode that giant abyss is where the school was. And the Kaiju had dug that pit. They were clearly looking for something, and we've been gently informed across multiple episodes that it's a UFO. I don't know if that's a true thing or if it's just what the characters believe. Let me just check chat here real quick. Brian is doing well. That's awesome. Brian, I hope that you are enjoying Borderlands 3. I've heard that the gameplay is really well done and the story is less enjoyable of Borderlands 3. Oh, nice! Brian got Zelda Skyward Sword. Is that the HD version, Brian, or is that the original version? Like, is that for the Wii, the Wii U, where I think they did an upgraded version of that as well, and I could be wrong about it, or is that for the Switch? Oh, I'm sorry, I was going to unlock a mystery point. The only question is which one. I vote for brown envelope. What could be more enticing? An envelope that was on the ground near where A. Sekigahara woke up. There was a document and a note inside. The document says Chihiro Morimura, 31, Sakura High School nurse, a key member of the Shikishima weapons development team. The note says, if capture is not possible, then shoot to kill. Yeah, A. Sekigahara thought that those were his orders, but then further information proved that he had been working with Chihiro Morimura. They still might have been his orders, but it leaves open to the door that that envelope was left behind by somebody else. Let's read about Android. It possesses the skeletal structure of a human. Reinforced titanium carbon nanotubes are masked with high-quality silicone skin, making it nearly indistinguishable in appearance from a real human. Parenthetically not shown in that picture. The battery inside allows it to operate for 120 years before it needs to be recharged. That's a pretty good battery. That's the same kind of battery they used to put in the PlayStation 3 controllers. I want to say that the average time that I could use a PlayStation 3 controller before it had to be recharged was 25 hours. It was ridiculous. And Brian is saying it is the HD re-release of Skyward Sword for the Switch. If you haven't played it, Brian, hopefully they will release the Wind Waker HD on Switch at some point as well. That game is also really good. All right, story time, because we have no other options. And I want to do story time anyway. As of last episode, we were continuing with the life and times of Tomi Kisaragi. Sekigahara, who knows a way back to 1985, rescued Tomi Kisaragi and Nenji Ogata from an android attack. Oh, that's right, he did make a big action hero appearance there. I didn't know that he knew a way back to 1985. Let's find out about that.
Miwako! Usami-chan!
Oh, and I also wanted to, just briefly, between episodes, we got a private message about some of the scenes in this, and they were actually pretty... I shouldn't sound so surprised. They were thoughtful enough that I wanted to share them here. Now, as always, direct messages or private messages are treated as anonymously unless otherwise specified. But the person that wrote in, there was a reaction to, in the previous episode, it was the beginning of Tomi's story, and Tomi went up to Nenji Ogata, whose name I just cannot remember, and before, like the way that they met one another is she was openly laughing and like verbally laughing at his hairstyle. She wasn't, it's not like she was laughing and he made an assumption. She was directly mocking his hair to his face, and he responded by calling her dog face a couple times, and the comment was that, like, I had reacted very strongly to him going dog face, and like, okay, so yes, it really spoils your day when you're just going on about your business and some total stranger comes up and picks a fight. Believe me, that super sucks, and I can envision him reacting strongly to that. What caught me off guard about it is, okay, so she was being unconscionably rude. No doubt, no question, that she was not being very nice at all. And he was justifiably upset about that. Nonetheless, what caught me off guard about it is that in the balance of things, we knew from her perspective that she didn't mean anything by it. He didn't. Also, he's making fun of his hair, which is something that can be changed, but he went after her about her face. And that felt a lot nastier in the moment. I get why he said it, that he was mad, his feelings was hurt. I do understand all of that. But I'm just sort of explaining why I was coming at it with, like, I was like, whoa, because that struck me as being particularly aggressive. So I get it, but also that's why I was, like, looking at it. But it was a thoughtful comment, and I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to share it. Okay, on with the story.
Did you find Shinonome-senpai? In a word, yes, but...
She ran off somewhere near the school. Guy named Sekigahara is looking for her right now.
Who's that?
The only other guy we've seen here besides us.
Anyway, it seems like we've got a way home. To 1985? Really? We came here to get you. You ready? Yeah.
I would also just like to note that it said at the beginning of this chapter that they've been stranded here for 3 days. Look how nice their school uniforms are. They've been living in actual filth for 3 days and still... Okay, so let's see if there's anything new that we can think about.
In the far-off future, Shikishima planned to colonize other planets. And the kaiju were tools for terraforming the surface. What are they doing here in the past?
That's a good question, Tomi, and I only have theories about it.
Rimura. Megumi. Were they planning on fighting those things? Shikishima's a conglomerate with political ties. They made it big during the Meiji modernization. You always see their branches on Employer of the Year lists.
I can't remember if we heard this one.
Back in the Meiji era, they were shipbuilders. But they expanded into aviation and a bunch of other things. During the war, they did a lot of weapons R&D. And now they make everything from home appliances to rockets. Shikishima Industries is just one of those branches. Their machinery is known all over the world.
Hello to Ruination Ronin, and Moo is also saying, like the D-bag who called Centrifugal Force fatty on Twitter. Or was it Twitter? Like, whatever it was. Yeah, with like, just what a fucking dipshit. Like, that was a story that came up during the previous episode. Let me talk to Nenji first.
Hard to say if we can trust this Sekigahara guy. But let's hurry.
Hold on.
Yeah, let me just look around. Oh, we can't. All right.
Stick with me, okay? Let's head to the school.
And Sam Lander saying everybody knows that Japanese school uniforms are good for 1 year between washings, so long as there is an ongoing apocalypse.
A huge crater by the school.
That's where we're going.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Is this that robot you were talking about? That's weird. Wasn't there more than one android here?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Also, one... Oh.
Ryoko-san, so you still don't remember. They're taking advantage of your hazy memory.
Stop this. Get him. 426, your time is up.
Is she trying to beat me down there?
Well, maybe you should hurry.
Shinonome-senpai can control the androids?
She's being manipulated by the one in charge of them. We need to go after her.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
If she seals off the gate, it's all over. What's the report?
Identified evidence of activity. A human likely utilized a crane to descend.
Sounds like Ryoko-san's gone ahead. Secure the crane. Don't let her lock it up.
Also, could you fly a little bit further away? Don't just shove the rotors right in my face.
So how are we supposed to get down there? Isn't it really deep?
300 meters. That quadruped's got a crane equipped.
A crane? That does sound like construction equipment.
We'll use it like an elevator. It'll take us all the way to the bottom. What about your friends?
What's on your mind?
That guy just now. Are you sure he's safe to be around? He has a gun.
Yeah.
Well, so far as
We don't have much
aiming
of a
it
choice.
at other people.
Let's go.
Wait for us!
Force is saying, well, in defense of the D-bag, he called me stupid first because I made a joke at literally no one's expense.
Wait. What in the fresh hell is this?
Aiken.
You recognize me?
Why am I here? Why are you here?
Looks like you got some memories back. Do you have your pills?
Not anymore. I'm all out.
Hang on a little longer. We need to get back to 1985. Miura, help me out. The pills are in Sector 4.
This is too much for me.
You gonna be okay?
I'm not good with heights. I didn't realize just how deep it was until we were right there. I thought I was going to die.
Look, the same kind of gadgets we saw in that dead kaiju. They're all over the damn place. Almost like we're in the belly of the boss. Looks like something out of a movie set.
Actually, if you've seen the, not the remake, but the sequel to The Thing, this looks significantly better than some movie sets.
Usami-chan, the way we came in is completely dark. I never want to do that again.
Don't worry. We'll be home soon. Is she okay?
She will be. I was worried for a moment, but she seems to be fine for now.
What happened to her? Is she ill?
An incident occurred during our fight in the Sentinels. From that point on, we began having memory issues. Unfortunately, someone's been taking advantage of that. Her condition is far more serious than mine. She can't prevent it. In any case, looks like we can travel to 1985 without issue. It'll be ready soon. Just wait here for a moment.
So, to help set the stage here, because I mean, I'm trying to work it out myself, we know that there's some sort of it's described as an infection that's traveling through the nanomachines that all of these characters have in their bodies that I believe were injected by Megumi as part of her dark demon pact with Fluffy the talking cat. And if you're joining us for the very first time and that sounds like an absolute, like I'm just taking the piss, I just want to say that for real, that's part of the actual storyline in this game. So the characters have been injected with nanomachines. The nanomachines are getting infected by something that I think has been referred to as 426 that originally sounded like it might be some sort of malicious code, but then didn't we find out that 426 might actually just be like a personality matrix, some aspect of Juro Izumi? I'm trying to remember what we learned about that. So that's why the characters are losing their memory. Alternatively, some of the characters have learned to re-imprint their lifetime of memories into the nanomachines in their body, so even as their brain loses access to all of its long and eventually short-term memories, the nanomachines can sort of like fill in the gaps and create a durable replication of their personality. I may not have said all of this correctly, but it's at least a loose understanding of what's happening and why we have two characters on screen with varying degrees of amnesia.
This machine. Is Morimura using it too?
She's the reason we're able to use it at all. This functionality was her handiwork.
I'm gonna try to talk to her. Runation Ronin is saying, I'm alright, I'm just feeling the fatigue from the week now. Well, hopefully you have a chance to relax this weekend. I have to touch this. as briefly mentioned in the aborted version of this episode from earlier, we are expecting some really, really bad weather here starting tomorrow. So if we're very lucky, we might be able to stream before Red Dead Mia. But Mia, others, if you notice that we are offline for multiple days, it will be not as a result of a lack of interest, but the spokesperson for the local power company is saying that they are optimistically planning to keep the outages to as low as 10 days. So that's something to look forward to, and the fun all starts tomorrow. So that's why I wanted to spend a little bit of time here and enjoy some fun game time with you guys, because there may be a delay before we can jump back in.
What could this be? Oops. Sorry.
What's going on?
Please, respond. This is number 16.
Number 16? That's the one who's been missing. Is everything okay?
I finally got through.
Kisaragi, what are your coordinates?
Kisaragi? That's... My current location is unknown. My Sentinel, and even myself. I don't know what condition we're in. And it's gone as suddenly as it appeared.
Okay, you guys, there's a third Kisaragi. So now we've got the Kisaragi that I am currently. We also know that there's a Terminator version of Kisaragi who is most notable for having like a damaged leg. You can see some bandages or otherwise exposed exoskeleton. And now we've got a third one. Referenced as number 16, who's lost in time and space like the antagonist in a Sliders season. I don't know who that is. I cannot figure out if this game has actual time travel or dimensional sliding, or, as I'm beginning to suspect, both of those things.
Sentinel number 16 went completely off the radar after that incident I mentioned. What did you do? How did you make contact?
All I did was poke this thing.
That voice from the TV screen. Didn't it kind of sound like you?
You think so?
Yeah, as Ronan is saying, they're expecting the storm to destroy their infrastructure. Sad times. A generator sounds like a solid idea with this kind of news. Oh yeah, it's getting to that point where I think that we need to invest in a good generator, because what we've lived in sort of like this area of the United States for basically all our lives, and the infrastructure issues are becoming much more frequent than they ever have been, for a lot of reasons that I could hypothesize about, but that would take a lot of time. So yeah,
hey,
generator.
Just now, did you call that person Kisaragi?
Kisaragi is the control system for Sentinel number 16.
Why do we have the same name?
Because she is you. Rather, a different you.
Huh?
I get it now.
Do you? Okay, please, by all means.
Tell me, Kisaragi. It's your biometric ID.
The line of communication opened due to her ID being authenticated.
Give it another try.
Touch again.
Kisaragi, please respond.
If you're there, answer us.
I managed to connect to the system and determine my location. The answer is troubling.
Oh?
I'm outside the world.
What does that mean?
This place is not recognized in any era. This is bad. I'm being denied access to all sectors. It's universal control. It's trying to get rid of me.
At this rate,
So what do you guys think? Touch again, or?
what's this universal thing?
Universal control. It's here, where the primary gate is housed. This underground mainframe monitors the world.
Her location. It appears the mainframe does not want us to know.
Looks that way.
Okay, does the mainframe have free will? When it monitors the world, does it also, like, let everybody know how many pierogies are in it? What does that mean? Why do you not tell me things?
It just closes right away now.
Okay, well, let me go see what Miwako thinks about all this.
This is bad! The androids are coming!
Shit! They're over here, too.
Stop. The command's not working.
I'm out of ammo. We need to shift. Gather close. Now!
Initiating shift.
This is...
Oh.
I know this shrine. It's by the school.
Sweet! You hear that, Miwako? We're almost home! Miwako?
Hold on, let me think about her. Okay, I can't. Hold on, talk to her about... Hello?
We're missing Miwako.
What? Wasn't she right next to you?
Miwako! We must have left her behind. Let's go back.
It's no use. She's not like us. The people here, everyone in the city, we're all managed by that computer underground. Isn't that right, Akun?
To make sure no one impacts this world. To make sure no one finds out the truth. Universal control pulls the strings. Behind the scenes, it handles our lives as it sees fit. It must have determined that she was an inconvenience to this world. She knew too much.
What could she possibly have known? What? Okay. So, I do not remember if we've gotten any explicit mentions of universal control before this episode, but now we have been introduced to the idea of an overarching control system, presumably an artificial intelligence, that controls the very strings of fate. Because sure, of course it would. Okay, so I cannot do this because I have to finish the entirety of Wave 10. This is a good chance to catch up on chat. And hello to Grumpy. Let me just scroll back here slightly. Moo is saying, take care, you guys. Yeah, a lot of, like, we're streaming later today than I might normally have done on a Saturday because there were a lot of preparations, getting batteries, getting gas, and like a canister of gas for extended family, maybe bringing over a generator depending on if they do not lose power themselves. So having some gas on hand that if somebody, you know, wherever it might be needed. Also, just in case the the gas stations go down that we can fill up from that. Getting some pencils, getting some batteries, getting some lighters to, you know, light up the fireplace if we have to. So there's options, but yeah, there was a lot of prep work going into it, and the well wishes are very much appreciated. As we go, Ronan is saying, oh, actually, let me go slightly further back. Samlin is saying, as low as 10 days would inspire me to buy a generator. Yeah, what's fascinating is that the power infrastructure in our area was turned over to a private company some years back, and as long as absolutely nothing happens, it works fine. But in recent years, anytime anything at all happens, power is out for a very, very long time, and it's not just us. And allegedly there was going to be some sort of investigation after the last one about, hey, what are you guys doing with all that money that you're charging to, quote, harden the infrastructure? I don't know if anything came of that, because boy, it's very frustrating. I think our record so far is about 13 days at one point without power. That was in fairness well before we started streaming. Ronan sounds like is also in the path of the hurricane. Ronan, I also hope that you make it through okay, and you and the family will be okay. Moose says, because you know we'd all be upset with you and Mia and others not streaming, and automatically assume it's because you don't care. That's why I want to get the word out. Irony taken, but yeah, I want people to know that if we're suddenly gone, there actually there's like been talks about, like, if ever the day came that we would want to take a step back from streaming, what that would look like, because people are active subscribers, and a subscription here on Twitch is always an investment in the next 30 days, and it would feel wildly inappropriate on this end to, like, one day just pick up and not be here. So there's actually been conversations that if the stream were ever to wind down, how we would do that in a way that all of the current subscribers would get what they had invested in. But that's a dim topic for another time. Just suffice it to say that if there's ever like a sustained outage, it would be some sort of like legitimate, like a real disruption, because we take it very seriously. Let me go back, and that's when Ronan was... Okay, I feel like I missed a comment here. Similar saying as low as 10 days to buy the generator. Moo is saying instead of being worried about your health and well-being. Audibly hearing Angel, says Force, put his face in his hands. It's amazing. And that's exactly what happened. Sam Linder says, that's why I love watching him play this game. Thank you very much. Ronan is saying they're expecting the storm to destroy their infrastructure. Yep, we got that part. Carolina says, though, when I hear as low as 10 days, I take that as a best case scenario, meaning it could be longer too. I think that the spokesperson here is attempting to give a pessimistic projection so that they can exceed it. However, history has shown that that is not a pessimistic projection, but rather a realistic one. And that's where Ronan is saying, I thought it was time travel at first, then you said alternate dimensions at different times. I'm still not sure. Yeah, Ronan, I honestly think it might be both. I honestly think that it could be both at this point. Yeah, Miwako is missing. The last third of this game is revealed that it's all a simulation. Elon, oh, fucking A. If Elon Musk was running all of this... There's some television series on Amazon that... I believe the premise of it is that when you die, your consciousness is uploaded into an afterlife of your own sort of like making, but it's also like privately controlled. I will again, in front of, everyone here on chat, emphasize my desire to be dead when I'm dead. Please do not re-upload or copy my consciousness. I am very happy to be just obliterated and dust in the wind. Eternal consciousness of any kind is a hell that I cannot possibly envision having to endure. So please no. And apparently the Amazon series is like a comedy. I don't understand how. It would be an absolute horror show. So... We cannot go further with Tomi Kisaragi. I can go further with Shu Amaguchi, and like for a long time now we could do that. But aren't you curious about Ryoko Shinonome? We do not know anything at all about this character. We are 0% into her story, and yeah, it's gonna be her or you know what though? You know what? Here's who we've done. We've done Yuki. We've done Minami. We've done sorry. We did Megumi. We did Minami. We've done some guys, but my point is that like I feel like I've done a lot of the women. Let's do Shu Amaguchi. And as we jump in here, I really want to stress this guy sucks. Like maybe we're gonna learn more about him in his story, but this is the guy whose combat bark is gotta really show something to Yuki-chan. And he's so gross. He's such like a sex pest towards this woman that he like barely knows at all. He intervened when she was in danger of getting roughed up. I don't think very much danger, but she was getting threatened by some guy. But don't worry, here comes Shu Amaguchi, who now feels like he's owed a date because he got involved with this. This guy is, by a large margin, my least favorite character in here, which is why I'm sort of dragging my feet on it. But isn't it better to get it out of the way now? I feel like. So Shu Amaguchi woke up late at night from a mysterious dream and heard someone calling his name from the TV that he swore that he turned off. Yeah, factually true. We saw that scene. Also, we've seen him hanging out with Kitaro Miura is at his house at some point, we know that. And also, he lurks around the high school cafeteria, just waiting to see if Yuki Takamiya shows up so that he can pester her. So there we go.
Let's go. All right. Man, I'm really off my game today. All these weird dreams must be getting to me. And that show that came on in the middle of the night. Wish that was just a dream.
All right, yeah, it's been a while, so...
My motorcycle's a Shikishima GRD 250. I woke up late this morning, so I came to school by bike. But I've got it parked off in the shopping district. That way the school can't get on my case about it. Yuki Inaba. She's a celebrity, a pop star. Who'd believe me? Hey, so I've been talking to this pop star through my TV. Yeah, no. No easy way to drop that bomb. They'd have me committed.
Yeah, for clarity, I think that it was the last Shu Amaguchi episode that we saw. As stated, he woke up in the middle of the night and there was a woman staring out directly through the television screen who addressed him by name and responded when he spoke to her. Now, in a game, in a situation with time travel, that could be faked by just recording responses to things that were known about what he was going to say. Otherwise, I do not know how that trick was pulled off, except for the fact that at some point, I believe he gets injected with nanomachines by Megumi, and maybe that's transmitting to some off-site situation. I don't know.
Man, she's cute. A bombshell like that, sending those curry guys to the hospital? I've never met anyone like her before. I just might have fallen for her.
Here's the thing, Shu. You can have feelings for somebody and maybe try getting to know them as a human being and not just sort of desperately hitting them on them all the time. And I do see the doors. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that we can see. All right, let's go over here.
Yuki-chan's supposed to be in Class 1A. No sign of her, though. I don't see Karabe-kun. I wanted to talk about my dream. Might be out in the passageway. Oh, it's her. She's in 1B, same class as Karabe-kun. She's not even my type, but I can't get her out of my head. Must be from all those dreams.
Hold on, we're getting shaded over here. So, for anybody that might be joining this in progress, the different protagonist storylines, they're, as far as I've seen, unless otherwise clearly specified as a flashback, they're always chronological for that protagonist, but we don't know, or at least I don't know, where this takes place relative to the idea that Kisaragi was trapped in 2025 for a while. Presumably it's before, because Miwako is here, but we're about to find out.
I didn't offend you or anything, did I, Sawatari-san?
Amaguchi-kun remembers my name.
I remember Tomi-chan, too.
Why bother remembering me?
I never get a girl's name wrong.
Miwako, what do you see in this guy? Come on, let's go.
All right. So, something about a passageway. Oh, do I have to follow them? Okay. Sam Lin has known people like this. Yeah, haven't we all?
Kurabe-kun might be waiting for me.
Also, Sam Lin is saying, wait, so talking to a pop star through your TV is not normal? Man, I learn all the things here. Well, I think the big thing is that it's not normal for them to talk back.
I should get going.
That's when the Twilight Zone theme music starts in.
Huh? Isn't that... Hey, Miura-kun.
Amaguchi-kun.
You still on the run?
I can't go home. Even if I could, it wouldn't solve anything.
Look, you don't have to tell me any details if you don't want to. But it sounds like a pretty rough situation. Well, for what it's worth, you can crash at my place whenever you need to, okay?
I owe you a debt of gratitude for all you've done. I'll be all right. I'm staying with an acquaintance now.
Oh yeah? Glad to hear it, man.
So, one thing that makes this particular scene especially weird is that BJ, the robot, is often referred to by people like A. Sekigahara as Miura. This man here in the black uniform is also Miura. I don't know if he knows that this robot is also him or his personality, or possibly that his personality is an imprint of this robot. All of which are equally true at this particular moment.
So, what is this thing?
Well, this is...
Don't forget your promise.
It talks? Whoa! An RC robot? That's crazy. Is it yours?
Not exactly.
Wow. Deja vu. Oh, yeah. I feel like I had a dream about something like this. You were in it too, Miura-kun. Maybe that's your big secret, huh? You're some runaway hero from a ruined future, here to save us all. Bad joke. Just been having some crazy dreams lately, I guess.
Maybe I am from the future.
Jeez, you didn't take me seriously, did you? Anyway, if something big happens, you can always talk to me. Hope things start getting better for you soon, man.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that we've determined that he... Although we first met Miura in 1945 as a World War II military recruit, we've also encountered him in the future as the voice of a program that is piloting a Sentinel. So, I don't know which of those is the original Miura.
My dreams are always somewhere in the future. But I feel like I know everyone I keep seeing in them. Well, maybe I really am just dreaming. Makes more sense than them being premonitions. I don't know if that could really be our future anyway. Everything in them is way too crazy. Even that dream.
Oh, we definitely have to dream about Miura. Carol Luna is saying that he likes Miwako. I was a big fan of Miwako when, like, she was completely divorced from all of the proceedings. Like, she was the one character in the game that had nothing to do with magical contracts with demon cats or nanomachine guns or time travel or giant robots or anything like that. And I have to say, I'm 5% disappointed that now she has traveled through time to 2025 and then become lost in the time stream or whatever. Because I really did enjoy a story this complicated, this difficult, this challenging to unravel, also involving a character in it who was just like living a perfectly normal high school life and had nothing to do with any of it. I really like that aspect of her character.
Was that drone scouting for the kaiju? Hope they didn't find us.
I saw Kisaragi over there.
Kisaragi-san?
There was this great cake shop on the first floor here. And they had this pear tart. It was amazing. And now, even my own apartment, it's all ruined. All gone.
Are you gonna be okay?
Sorry, I just had to get that out. I gotta stay strong. My voice is all scratchy from crying all day.
You sound good to me. And scratchy or not, I'd still tune in to see you.
You're such a dork.
Boy, nothing says opportunity to hit on someone like watching them go through a deep emotional collapse over the death of their parents and the destruction of their home life. Just, okay, let it go. So, here's the thing, we've seen this, like this is being presented as a dream, and we all know that it's not, but more importantly, we did the scene as Kisaragi when she discovered that her apartment in 2025 had been destroyed. We actually did it in the previous episode, but it wasn't Shu Amaguchi that was here. Didn't he come and do this with not Nanako and not Naoto? I always get his name wrong. Ogata, is that his name? Like, wasn't he the one that was with her? So what does it mean that this is being presented as a dream to Shu Amaguchi? Why would he remember events that he wasn't there for? And I know that the answer is probably nanomachines or pills, but I'm very curious about this.
Let's try to get to the cross-country road. We might see a rescue copter flying around or something.
What, up there? The only things flying around are the weird bug things. Nobody's here to help us. Even online, nothing's getting updated.
And none of this was the dialogue that the two of them had either.
I think it's like this around the whole world. Those things erased everybody. Like how everyone in the city just vanished at once. I saw it happen. I bet Mom and Dad were...
That's the part I don't get. Whatever these big killer alien things are, they've clearly got us way outclassed in tech. They can wipe out whole crowds without a beam or anything. And still, with all that power, they come here in this gigantic horde. They dig these holes all over town, and then they just stop. No carnage. They're just sitting there. Like they're waiting for something. And us, we didn't get killed or vanish or anything. There's gotta be a reason for that, too.
How are you still this calm? It's crazy that you can still keep it together, even with all this stuff.
I'm really not. Trust me, I'm freaking out too. Look out! You okay? Look, it was just a building collapsing over there. They didn't find us.
Yeah.
Just any opportunity to get handsy. Any opportunity at all.
What?
Huh? Well, you really changed. Back in middle school, you were a total nerd. Glasses and all. It just makes me wonder, why do you make such a big change to your image?
Well, funny story. I was listening to one of your streams, and you said you'd kind of go for tough guys. Cool guys. That's basically it.
What? Oh, that's it? That's why you started trying to be such a badass?
I guess I got the look down, but I couldn't walk the walk, huh?
Come on. Seriously, this isn't the time for jokes. You were already popular enough back then. Why would you go that far just because I said...
Well, you know fate? As in the letter F and number 8?
What?
That's actually my username.
What? All this time that's been you?
Hey, it's not like I was keeping it a secret.
I only got so far because of him. That's why I started getting serious about my singing. Because he supported me. Told me I was a great singer.
Well, you are a great singer.
And I guess I always sort of had feelings for her.
Over here!
Okay, now we're all in 2025. Okay, so, okay. I need to let go of, like, creepy stalker kid syndrome, because otherwise this is just gonna be a chore to get through. So, just check. B, I'm gonna wait for the chapter break, but I have all sorts of questions into how this fits into the storyline that we've seen so far. And I think we know the answers, but we're going to, sort of wait for that. Oh, God. So I'm reading through chat very quickly. Also, I just wanted to note in Shu's defense that technically a lie of omission isn't a lie, except it is, and this guy sucks. Okay.
I can't believe it. There were other survivors.
We came to rescue you. Morimura-san, they're over here! My name is Keitaro Miura. What about you two?
I'm Tomi Kisaragi.
So the drone found these two then? Now, who are you?
Me? I'm Tetsuya Ida.
Oh. Okay, everyone, if Tetsuya Ida is the name of the guy, the adult guy, who is running the Special Investigations Unit that conscripted Yuki Takamiya into working with them. We've also seen references to him in the year 2025, which is... Oh, God. Was it A. Sekigahara was there at one point? I swear to God, this is like trying to decode the various train routes in one of Sam Melander's Factorio streams. Like, I accept that there's a logic to it and that the train routes make sense and that they function. However, if he gave me his save game, it would take me the rest of my life to figure out how they even start to function, much less troubleshoot or fix something in it. I don't know how this game is put together. So the other thing that I was going to respond to is, when we started Tomi Kisaragi's story, she was in 1985, having been moved there from 2025, and one of the early plot lines is, no, it's not possible that everything was destroyed where I came from. You know, maybe I'm being lied to. Maybe, who was it? Goto, I think, is lying to me. So she wanted specifically to find some sort of leverage against Shikishima so that she could coerce them into letting her go back to her own time and see the destruction. Then she got somehow moved to 2025, at which point she was with Ogata, and they went to her apartment and she reminisced about the awesome pear tarts and things, but he was the one there, and then none of those other things happen. So here we're being introduced to at least the idea that at a different point in time, either that character saw the devastation, saw that her house had been destroyed, and then her memory was adjusted so that she no longer recognized that, or again, we're dealing with a parallel universe and a different Tomi Kisaragi, and I don't know which it is. And also, this dipshit is Ida? Okay, so we're gonna do more, but Jesus Christ, the twists in this game. Force is saying Angel died, live on stream, RIP. Salmon is saying, okay, Angel, make sure to message me on Discord when you finish this game. I need to pick it up right away because I gotta know. And also Salmon is saying, my train routes make perfect sense and I've Intertooth fixed them for me. It is a very, very impressive setup, and it's just, when I finish this, I need to go onto YouTube and watch the 3.5-hour video that I'm sure somebody has made that like charts all of these events out in some sort of chronological order so that they make sense. Because, like, for example, there's a really, really good video. If you ever meet anybody who just wants to start playing The Witcher 3, but they're concerned that they're not going to know what's happening, there's a really great video from a creator that I don't remember, where she goes through, like, all of the major events in The Witcher 2, and I particularly liked it because the way that she describes it, it reflects a lot of the choices that I made in The Witcher 2. So when, for example, I played through The Witcher 3 with my friend HW, I showed him that video so that he would have some basis for knowledge going into The Witcher 3. Surely somebody has done that for this game, because there's too much to keep track of. There's too many parallel storylines and dimensional shifting and time tracks and amnesia settings. There's so much. Okay, Shu Amaguchi recalled the time he met Keitaro Miura in his dream, as well as a heart-stopping memory with Tomi Kisaragi. Yeah, not mentioned here that also he's apparently Tetsuya Ida.
Cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Man, I'm really off my game today. All these weird dreams must be getting to me. And that show that came on in the middle of the night. Wish that was just a dream.
Okay, so let's consider some things.
Back in my dream, he called himself Tetsuya Ida. We look identical, but that's not my name, so... It's weird. I keep seeing Kisaragi in my dreams. Except it's not exactly me. My name's Ida there. Just two people struggling to survive. Wonder if they're in love.
I can say definitively that they are not in love.
This dream's probably way, way off in the future. Looked like it was in some kind of lab. Never figured she'd turn up. But that was her, Tomi Kisaragi. Man, she's cute. A bombshell like that.
Okay, we heard that one.
Yuki Inaba. She's a celebrity, a pop star.
I think we heard this one too.
Who'd believe me? Hey, so I've been
Yep, okay. And...
my motorcycle's a Shikishi.
Yep, okay. So let's take a look at our map. So we met Miura in the passageway. We've got other things, including that dream. Okay, so that dream. Do I have to talk to somebody about it?
This dream's probably way, way off in the future. Looked like it was in some kind of lab. Never figured she'd turn up. But that was her, Tomi Kisaragi.
Okay, so a couple things very quickly, and I want to pause it because sometimes things happen in the world. A, Force is saying that there's a super cool recap of the entire Dragon Age series before Origins. I would actually like to watch that because I did not finish Dragon Age 2. So I would like to go back and look at that. And it's only an hour long, so it's a trim retelling. Samlin is saying, wait, that was a dream? Well, so there's been a running theme in this game of the characters that have encountered or endured some kind of memory rewrite or forced amnesia, that the truth of their situation is coming back to them in a series of extremely detailed dreams. So a lot of the dreams that have been presented to us are just resurfacing memories. And hello to Fluffy Magic Cat, who does remind the timeline in the analysis is in chronological order if you ever need to review the order of events. Yes, yeah, if I'd thought about it for another minute, I would have done that for Shu Amaguchi before jumping in here to like go through where we've seen him and when, just sort of like skim through and start in on that. Because I'd started to do that with like Yuki and Tomi and then just forgot for this guy. But that is a good reminder to have. All right. We'll probably look around, but my goal for sure is that dream. It's just how to trigger it.
I don't see Karabe-kun. I wanted to talk about my dream. Might be out in the passageway. Oh, ouch!
Ow!
Oh, it's you.
Every time Tomi's on screen, I look to see if her leg is bandaged.
This dream's probably...
Oh.
Gotta make sure.
Huh?
What?
Huh. Oh!
What the hell are you doing, you pervert? Do you think you can do anything you want just because you're popular?
Look, I mean, I had this dream last night. I just had to make sure you actually had a belly.
I'm sorry. What? Now you're calling me fat? What the hell is your problem?
Every once in a while, there are these things that really would benefit from having a face cam. I cannot attempt to describe the range of emotions that just happened. Have you ever seen that that video of David, not Hayter? What is it? It's the very famous Stranger Things video where the guy that plays the sheriff is accepting an award on behalf of the cast, and they're all up there, but all eyes are on. Boy, am I failing at this right now! But the Will's mother, what is her name? And her face is just going through every imaginable human emotion all at once, and it's a very, very fun video, and it's very cute, and I really like everything that he was saying, and also how into it she was. I was super not into this, but you would have gotten a similar range of reactions for this, because A, I didn't know what he was doing, but it was pretty clear that he was grabbing her. This guy makes my skin crawl. I really dislike playing as him, and I need to get off of this because it's really interrupting the pacing and the momentum of this story, but it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse with this guy. What do I have to touch her again?
This dream's probably...
Oh, god damn it. What am I don't want to press this button. This is like in Black Sad. There was a point in Black Sad where I was really like very, very concerned about the next thing that was going to happen, and I was not sure where the game was going to go and if it was something that I was comfortable having on stream. It turned out okay, but fuck this kid.
I saw her hanging there, or half of her at any rate. Maybe it really was just a messed up dream. I already know what Karabe-kun would say.
He has nothing to say for
I gotta
himself,
lay
by
off
the way.
Splatter flicks.
Such a skee-ball. What's with this guy?
Oh, I think we just found the header image for this episode. Oh my god. I'm sorry, again. He grabbed her. She said, "What the hell's wrong with you? Now you're calling me fat?" And his response, I just want to point out, was to say nothing. And he just sort of like contemplated in his own mind about the dream that he had where it was half of her hanging there.
Karabe-kun might be waiting for me.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to Karabe-kun. We've got to... Sure. Okay. So I've got to figure out how to... How do you continue from that point in your life?
Yuki-chan's supposed to be in Class 1A. No sign of her, though.
I will just say this for like Fluffy Magic Cat. I hope that it's not an uncommon event to be like really bothered by this kid in particular.
Might be waiting for me.
Okay, I appear to have no other options, so let's go and talk to... Wait, did he say Karabe-kun or Kira?
Oh.
Okay, well, it's not Miura. Sorry, I said Kitaro. I meant Miura.
Hey, Fuyusaka. You the only one here?
Hi, Amaguchi-kun.
Karabe-kun's not here, huh?
I had this dream. It's bugging me. I kind of wanted to talk about it. How about you, Amaguchi-kun?
Yeah, my dreams have been crazy lately, too.
Do you see robots, too?
No. Well, okay, sure, yeah, they're kind of like robots.
What kind of robots?
Well, they were more like androids. I mean, you couldn't tell them apart from human beings. And I'm there in some kind of lab with all these androids.
I know that place. I was there too, in my dream. The 6th biggest underground laboratory in Shikishima. Or something.
That place is... underground?
And I saw Usami-chan there too.
Tomi Kisaragi. Yeah, me too. It's gotta be the same place.
Wait, can I talk to her more first?
Amaguchi-kun, please. Tell me more about your dream.
Part of me is like, wow, they're really just glossing over the fact that they are both having extremely similar dreams. But then again, we all know how that conversation goes. We've seen that in like 1,000 different entertainment products. Like, oh, weird. How can we be having the same dream? Oh, it must have something to do. And we all get it. So I'm cool with them just sort of yada-yadaing past that part. Yes, share.
Okay, so... And that should work okay.
Memory data is now ready.
Oh, I'm Adult Ida, I guess. Sure. Whatever, dude.
Thank you, Tamao-san. I really don't know what I'd do without you.
Don't worry, Ida-kun. You succeeded with me. I'm sure you'll do fine with her.
I'm sorry I had to prioritize her. Don't worry. We'll get you a body too, soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's begin.
Initializing composition. The simulated personality and memories have been synchronized.
Please, come back to me. Tell me, do you recognize me?
Ida-kun? Wait. Are you his older brother? Did he even have a brother?
It is you.
You look so... grown up.
I'm sorry it took so long. It took 8 years, even with the technology underground.
I can't move.
She's having trouble understanding her situation. I will inhibit her emotions to avoid a panic attack.
What's happening?
Please listen. Try to stay calm. I analyzed your data from the records in Sector 0. I found data for your old memories, your mind. And now I've transferred them into an android body.
You mean I'm not... human? Am I...
Tamao-san, please turn up the sensitivity on those inhibitors.
Kisaragi-san, you're like me now. An AI, based on memory data. You are constructed to think and act just like her. To be Tomi Kisaragi.
You're still you.
Let me try to calm her directly. Could you connect us?
Do what you can. Please.
What is the purpose of programming her memories to believe that she's Tomi Kisaragi if the very first thing you're going to do is tell her that she's a simulated copy of Tomi Kisaragi?
We've got a problem with the Sentinels, Ida-kun. The Sentinels we thought were complete aren't responding. The Sentinels are working off of the same codebase as the D-series. So it has to be the D-code control holding them back. If we want to disrupt that function, well, we need someone compatible to maintain direct access.
Okay, do you not see that I am recreating my high school girlfriend here? Clearly having started with some of the most important parts. I am in the middle of something, ma'am.
Something wrong?
No.
Is this a bad time?
No, everything's fine now. She's calmed down.
Really? Tony?
What happened to the real me?
Well...
Please, be honest.
Juro killed you. You and the other kids. And I put him down.
Damn it. That dream again. Man, what time is it? No way I'm getting back to sleep after that.
Not for any specific reason, but I would just like to note that the movie Ex Machina is very good. And also, like, I think that the difference is that that movie seems to understand that certain things are really gross, but it understands that, and it's part of the experience. This game, I really don't think that it understands how skeevy all of this is. Okay, I really am torn between, like, wanting to deconstruct the idea of an adult man, probably like 10 years past high school, recreating to meticulous detail the 15-year-old that he knew from back when she was alive, not as she might look today, but as she looked back then, imprinting her with memories, paralyzing her, and then turning her on so that he could speak to her again. but then immediately informing her that she's not real, so that she understands in this moment that she has no sense of agency, while simultaneously having like this AI over her over his shoulder, like manipulate her emotions so that she doesn't react too strongly. Like, okay.
So in that dream, my name's Tetsuya Ida. It looks like it takes place in the future. And Fuyusaka's apparently been seeing stuff in the same place. Huh. I've been seeing things through Tetsuya Ida's eyes. But Fuyusaka... Actually, now that I think about it, the Ms. Morimura in my dreams looks pretty familiar. She kind of reminds me of Fuyusaka.
Okay, so he's putting together something that we've known for a long time, that Ms. Morimura and Iori Fuyusaka are the same person, and that's been confirmed. So he can turn on TV. Oh, and also Fluffy Magic Cat had said that he didn't react too strongly to these sections, but just sort of like accept it as being part of anime. And maybe that's part of it. I don't watch a lot of anime, so maybe I'm not as inoculated against some of the storytelling choices / cultural differences, and like not everything has to cater to my cultural sensibilities or whatever. But I will say that Shu Amaguchi has always stood out for this particular aspect. He's always been a weirdo creep since the first time that he showed up on screen, and so I react to him specifically a lot more strongly than the other characters that may have their storytelling hiccups here and there, some more than others, but don't just make me irritated that I have to be involved with them.
You in there? Not coming out today? Hello? Nothing to see here, just a guy talking to his TV. Okay, maybe I'm just going nuts.
No, you're not. I'm glad you talked to me.
There you are. What is going on?
From the sounds of things, this might still take a while.
I think a big part of it is that it's very easy for me to envision myself being in that situation. Like, it's... Imagine everything you are, all of your personality and your memory and all of your sense of agency just sort of being replicated and reprogrammed and tinkered with by somebody who may not have your best interest at heart. And it's like such a big thing that happens in like so many episodes of Black Mirror. Like, Black Mirror really got to me as a television series. It is the best horror anthology series that I've seen, and multiple episodes really got inside my head, culminating with the White Christmas episode that legitimately messed me up, like really, truly, deeply for a while after that. Like, sent me into like that episode caused me problems after I saw it. So maybe I'm just sort of like a little bit more in tune with that particular scene with Kisaragi, but okay.
Are you the real Miyuki Inaba? Or something else, just wearing her face?
There's only one Miyuki Inaba in the world. But whether this face is just a mask, it's hard to say. Sometimes a mask is all an idol has. Sometimes it's all they are.
I know this is a normal TV set. It doesn't even do video phone stuff. Pretty sure I shouldn't be able to talk to someone through it.
You yourself are the transmitter. The TV is just the receiver. This is the only way I can communicate with you. I was blocked by Universal Control. The system denied me access. So I had to sneak in on this broadcast.
Kinda over my head, but I guess the point is, you hijacked the airwaves, and that's how we're talking.
You could say that.
Why me, though?
You're the only one I can find. More accurately, your ID is the only one I could locate. But even beyond that, I know I can depend on you.
Okay, back up. You said something would take a while. What were you talking about?
It will take a while to help you understand.
Understand what?
Our situation. I'm being tracked. I'm cutting the connection for now.
So, it is notable to me that Miyuki Inaba is presented as a very sympathetic character with a very gentle voice, and I only want to help you understand. We don't know what that entity's endgame is, but there is one combat mission, and I mean one combat mission, where she like gets on the radio and says something. I don't remember what it is though. Also, earlier in chat, it might have been Samalander, somebody asked something about like all of the people being disappeared. On a couple of occasions, I think it's child Chihiro, so like the version of Chihiro that's like 6 years old, made some comment about shifting 7 million people into the future to evacuate the city during the kaiju battles. So the ability to shift around either dimensionally or through time travel large volumes of people when necessary does exist. And I think that scene when the character that we now know to be Ida and Kisaragi, when they were like mentioning that everybody's gone and that the kaiju has some sort of a beam that can just evaporate everybody, I don't think that was the kaiju, although I could be mistaken on that as well. Okay, so we've already done Natsuno Minami's Exterminator event. I'm inclined to try to like get as much of this guy done. I want to be clear for people that might like, maybe somehow some people might be like, oh, this is the first episode. I like the game overall a great deal. Every game isn't perfect. Not every game has everything that's for everyone. I personally am feeling right now that I would be happier spending less time with Shu Amaguchi, but maybe all of this is going to lead to something that's narratively really important. We are, among other things, getting some backstory into why there's an android that looks and acts exactly like Kisaragi. Now we know where that comes from. What it was trying to accomplish remains a mystery, and it was notable to me that the AI in the computer that was patterned after Tamao Karabe wanted direct access to the android, and also, as we found out in that same scene, wanted a body of her own. Was the Kisaragi robot ever a Kisaragi after that, or was it just the Karabe AI masquerading as her? That's a question now that has been introduced. So there's narrative value here. I just don't like the character.
Let's go. Yo.
Also, Sam Lane is saying the only media that sort of messed him up was Inception. I liked Inception. I'm with you on that.
Man, I'm really off my game today. All these weird dreams must be getting to me. And that show that came on in the middle of the night. Wish that was just a dream.
All right, so we've got a couple things that we can think about. Probably that dream?
This dream's probably way, way off in the future.
All right, sounds very
Looked
familiar.
like it was in some kind of lab. Never figured she'd turn up.
Okay.
Miyuki Inaba's been hijacking the airwaves. Also, she can talk to me through the TV. She knows me somehow. Not just that, she says I'm the only one she can depend on. I'm still waiting for the punchline here.
Sam is saying that he also liked Inception, but can't watch it again. I have not watched it a second time. I watched it exactly once, and I kind of feel like that is the proper amount of Inception for me as well. I would recommend it to most of the people that I know, but yeah, can easily envision somebody coming out of that and being like, oh, oh, that one weighed a lot.
Man, she's cute.
Okay.
In my dream, her soul was in an android body. That's gotta be the craziest feeling. What would it even be like, not having a body of your own?
It sounds like a nightmare from which I would never be able to escape.
I see Tomi Kisaragi in there. Ah, come on. What am I getting self-conscious for? It was just a dream. It's got nothing to do with anything I actually feel. But if I bump into her, things could get awkward fast.
Oh, could they? They might turn awkward.
What I really need now is a cold drink. Just gotta grab a drink, sit down, and chill out for a sec. I see Yuki-chan.
Oh, Christ.
Maybe Yuki-chan's in the cafeteria. I should get going. Whoa. Yuki-chan!
Amaguchi.
Hold on. Let's just take a moment to look at this body language. She's turned away from you and closed your eyes to avoid engaging with you. This is how you avoid direct eye contact. What are we gonna do? Yeah, that's right.
I was just thinking about you. And now, here you are. Destiny sure wants us to be together.
What the hell are you talking about?
So, Yuki-chan,
Didn't I tell you not to call me that?
you like Hey-C? I heard vitamin C helps keep you healthy.
I'm not drinking it for my health, dumbass. Nachan used to drink it, that's all. Gotta lay off the smokes anyway. So, I need something else to focus on.
Did we... That part of the conversation felt very familiar. Did we have this conversation as her earlier?
You know, I came by bike today. Got it hidden away nearby. We could go somewhere right now.
No.
Back in my dream, he called himself Tetsuya Ida. We look identical, but that's not my name, so...
Alright, I feel like we already got this one.
My motorcycle's a Shikishima GRD 250. I woke up late this morning, so I came to school by bike. But I've got it parked up.
Right. Now, we already asked her, and she said no, so am I just bothering her more?
How about the beach? I know a place with a great view.
I said no.
How about a date?
No.
What, you don't have any place you want to go? A place from back in the day? Somewhere with good memories?
No means fuck off. God damn it.
Got a place on your mind? Or is there a reason you can't go back?
Of course not. I just got to thinking. Reminded me of my grandma on my mom's side. Haven't seen her since my parents divorced.
You don't say.
You set me up.
Well, let's go.
What?
Let's go see your grandma.
What are you, nuts? She's not even in the city. Her place is in Hamanashi, a whole prefecture over. That's what I thought, dumbass. It's too far.
No, let's do this. I want to go too. That's just about 100 kilometers one way.
Huh?
Come on.
Hey!
This is the perfect chance to check something. After what I heard from the TV last night, I've got to find out.
Shu-kun, let me tell you where you are.
What do you mean? This is my house.
That's not what I meant. Think bigger. I'm talking about everything you know.
Hmm?
Everything in this city. Everything you've lived. It's an isolated enclosure. Just 30 kilometers in diameter.
An enclosure? But we still get news from all over the world. You're telling me we're closed off? No, that's too much. I don't buy it.
That's a reasonable reaction. So, I think you should go take a look yourself. I'm going to unlock a part of the Shu Amaguchi bypass. You should now be able to see the truth. Go to the edge of the world. To the outer walls of the city itself.
Whoa! What the hell?
How'd I agree to this shit?
Huh? You say something?
You ever think anything through, Amaguchi?
Hey, I can get us back within 2 hours. Home before sundown, easy. Don't worry about it. How about you tell me a little bit about your grandma?
She's out in the boondocks. Nothing but rice paddies.
Yeah?
Used to go to her place every summer. Walking between the fields in the mornings to do radio gymnastics with everyone.
No kidding! I did the same thing in the countryside when I was a kid.
In the afternoons, Grandma would give us some watermelon. We'd swim in the river and catch fish with our bare hands. Then we'd go catch cicadas off the old Zelkova tree, up on the hill behind the house.
That's weird.
What?
My grandpa had a Zelkova on the hill behind his house, too. And we'd go catch cicadas off it.
Oh, yeah?
And the river, the watermelon. It sounds exactly like what I remember.
Not that weird. Doesn't everyone remember the same stuff from vacations in the country?
No, but that's exactly what is weird here. Well, we're almost 15 kilometers from the middle of the city. This tunnel should end around the prefecture line, so...
What the hell is this place? What's going on?
So we've been introduced to this idea a couple times that it's not Earth where they are, and we even talked previously about, like, so if there's only like 5 million people in existence, wouldn't they travel outside of what they know to be Japan?
This is what she was talking about.
This sure doesn't look like a construction site. It just goes on forever, above and below. I can't even see the end.
And like the glass of their cage would be exposed, but I guess not.
The outer walls.
But what the hell is it? How do we get through?
I don't know if there is a way through. What if all our memories from outside town are fake? What if everyone's been convinced that an outside even exists?
No way.
I can't believe it either. How could I? It'd mean this 30-kilometer enclosure, this isolated city, is the only world we've ever known.
Oh, there we go. Across the world in 30 kilometers. That was the event that we had to continue if we wanted to go on with, I think, Kisaragi's. So, what does this mean? So this opens up a whole bunch of possibilities. Number one, there's no alternate dimensions happening at all. What if this is not even a planet? What if this is a giant spaceship for example, that has multiple layers of these 30-kilometer enclosures where one level is 1945, one level is 1985, and so forth. So, like, there's no time travel and there's no dimensional skipping whatsoever. That doesn't answer all of the questions that we have, but it actually makes slightly more sense. Like, they've got some sort of teleportation technology that the characters believe are dimensional jumps, but where that doesn't make any sense, because what are the kaiju blowing up? Like, and also, what's the giant city that they're stomping around in when they're all in their big kaiju? That's more than 30 kilometers, isn't it? I mean, their robots are 500 feet tall. You'd think that they'd see the edge of the world? Oh boy, I have so many questions about this. Okay, so let's say that they're on a planet. The different time periods could also be just different places on that planet. Different 30-kilometer enclosures where this area over here is 1945 and 1985 and so forth. So the city that we're doing all the combat in, that definitely exists. In like 1985, because that's where that appears to be happening. That could be. It's a super cool story, is what I'm saying. Like the mystery is like piecing together all of these little individual threads and then getting them properly organized so that rather than a puzzle, you've assembled this tapestry of all their storylines and the grand sort of like stitching that it all represents. But boy, getting there is mind-bending in his own way. Okay. Do we want to do one more? Oh, wait, I can't. I have to go down. Let's go look at mystery files at least. So we're going to look at mystery files in just a second, but this is what Fluffy Magic Cat was talking about, where this is the event archive. Yeah, okay. So this is the event archive, and we can see starting in 2187 and then going all the way down. Like, there's a lot that we still don't know, but theoretically, I think that as you fill in all of these things, eventually you will have the whole story told in chronological order in a way that sort of puts it all together for you. Simulator is saying that a 15-kilometer radius would be 707 square kilometers, which sounds pretty damn large to me. So, yeah, that would be a big-ass city that you could all stomp around in with your big robot friends and not necessarily see over the edges. Huh. Simulator is saying, well, that escalated quickly. Moo was thinking of the Simon Pegg movie, The World's End. The World's End is so awesome. Like, The World's End is so much better if you don't see any commercials for it, but it's such a good movie. I really like it. Yeah, here's what I was talking about. A. Sekigahara speaks with Miura, the AI of Sentinel number 17, and learns of the logs from 2188. Morimura had locked most of this data down, but Miura secretly kept a backup of one log, storing it in the Sentinel's memory block. He implores Sekigahara to recover this at all costs if the Sentinel should ever come to harm. And then Sentinel number 17 is the one that BJ, the robot, who appears to have a personality modeled after Miura, has gone back to. So at some point I do want to touch back on, like, from what we can tell, most, or I believe all of the protagonists are in the year 2188, hanging out with each other, and they all know each other, and there's no kaiju, and there's all this talk about colonizing another world. What I don't know is how we go from that to different points in history with now presumably different, like here's I guess one of my questions. In the year 1945, who are they fighting? Like, they're in the middle of World War II. I know that the characters are not like going off and like bombing Pearl Harbor or whatever, but like, who do they know who is? Like, they believe there's a war going on, but no one that they know is actively engaged with it. It's very curious how they maintain the illusion of living in these different time periods. Anyway. Let me go back to Mystery Files. Let's see what's been updated, because it should be glowing as we go past it. Okay, laboratory. The Cybernetic Organism Development Room in Shikishima Tech Lab number 6. It is located 6 levels underground in the year 2100. So that's a new time period. This was an experimental facility where everything but the brain was replaced by artificial objects in the human body. Tetsuya Ida was developing a way to turn humans into androids. Although Sector 1 was destroyed by the Kaiju invasion in 2104, this laboratory remained unharmed since it was underground. The Residential District Dome, oh, this is new information. A giant dome with a diameter of 30 kilometers holds an urban structure with Ashitaba City as its center. The world doesn't exist past 30 kilometers boundary, and whoever steps past the residential zone gets false memories implanted, making them believe the world continues on as normal. Okay, that's new information. Who implants the false memories? Because that didn't happen to Yuki or Shu. Universal Control is the underground mainframe. The town residents are all controlled by Universal Control, which sometimes adjusts the residents' memories or situations and twists the truth in order to eliminate any possible inconsistency. Okay, well that just answered my question. Anytime the characters would start to question about, wait a second, there's World War II, but nothing ever seems to happen, and it's 1945, and like, we never go fight the Americans or the other allied powers, Universal Control would just reach in and rewrite their memories to make them believe that they had just seen a large ship of people go off somewhere. Okay, that's fucking weird, but I'm on board. 15 kilometers away from the center of Ashitaba City, while in the city, the sky and land seem to go on forever. But 15 kilometers away from it, there's nothing but an endless view of a giant mesh pattern structure. In order to get Shu Amaguchi to go to these outer walls, Miyuki Inaba unlocked a part of the Suwabuki bypass. All right, I'm going to take a second. Fluffy Magic Cat said, yeah, it's not so much that looking at the timeline right now will make you understand the whole story better, but placing the events that you encounter in some sort of order can help with the orientation of information that has been... Okay, that's very helpful. In terms of, like, when these scenes are occurring relative to other scenes. Okay, so Carolyn is heading off to bed. Let me just look here. Because... Yeah, Sam Lynn is saying false memories are being implanted by Universal Control. Also, they're kids, so they may not know actively returning from war. They may not know anybody actively returning from war. The only reason that came to mind is that, like, Keitaro Miura is like a military cadet. Like, you'd think it would come up, but then again, he only has to believe that it's coming up. So, the mystery files have clarified that they are domes. So, maybe they're floating around in space, but what would the kaiju be? Wait, maybe that's what the kaiju are digging for. Maybe the control systems for Universal Control are in the spaceships, but buried underneath the habitation domes. But what are they jetting down from, though? Because they're like crash landing down, and if it's a dome, anyway, okay, I don't think we have enough information to answer all of these questions, or most of these questions. But in the combat encounters, they're presented like they're meteors streaking down out of the sky. And maybe that's another thing that Universal Control is making us believe. Oh, do I have more mystery points? No. Nope, I have no mystery points. Okay, unfortunately, it's 10:30, so I have to stop. I am highly inclined to continue on with Shu Amaguchi's story, but we lost some of the beginning of the episode and decided to restart. Thank you to everyone who was in chat and was sort of patient through that, because I really dislike having the idea of episode 11 being one, like, 10-minute segment and then the whole rest of it. Yeah, Sam Lander says it's been a blast. A blast in terms of fun and a mind blast in terms of shattering expectations. I do want to underscore for people, there are... In fiction, sometimes you talk about, like, Oh man, I hate that guy. And you're talking about like the actor that plays the part or something like that because you just don't like them or the role that they play. And sometimes there's a character that like you just dislike the character, like within the fiction that's constructed for you as part of your suspension of disbelief. You're like, man, if I knew that dude in real life, I would fucking kick him in the nuts. And that's where we are with Shu Amaguchi, where I'm not necessarily upset that the character exists. However, I want to make it clear to the audience and to the creators of the game that you have done a masterful job of creating a personality that I absolutely detest in the way that he behaves. That's not a knock against the game. It's actually a credit to the writing, provided that's what they were going for. And the only question that I have is, surely, like, we're all on the same page that Shu Amaguchi is not like a character that we're supposed to like and engage with. As long as that's what they were going for, thumbs up, you guys really nailed it. And also, his story is super important. Like, I don't question why it's in here. I just wanted to take that moment to clarify that, like, I am still very, very much enjoying this game. Because I want it to be clear that there's a big separation between, like, man, I don't like this personality versus I'm not enjoying the game. Those are very, very far apart ideas. So, as we go... Oh, Caroluna is still here. Well, Caroluna, I do hope you have a great night. Let me just look here. Moo wants to add the quote, "That's fucking weird, but I'm on board." Thank you for the stream. Fluffy Magic Cat says, thanks for the stream. Thanks and good night and stay safe, auspicious angels. So, yes. So, here's what happens next. Maybe tomorrow we'll be back to do a stream that would then lead into More Than Amiya's Red Dead Redemption stream. However, we are expecting a very, very large storm at some point, and it would not be surprising based on recent events that at any point during the day, the internet and the power could simply kick out and it may not be back on for days. So we will do our best to keep people apprised via Twitter if that is available to us. But other than that, if we seem to be offline for a while and not lurking, rest assured that it's not from a lack of interest in all of the wonderful content that we have from folks like Caroluna and Moo and Centrifugal Force and Samalander and Tashir Games, who I think is going to be back in September, which is not that far away now. But Patikan, More Than Amiya, so many others that I'm going to fail to list off. Did I say Moo and Groomfy? Because I want to make sure I get both of them in there. Jägermeister. You know, there's so much great content here. If we're not around for a few days, just assume power outage and stuff. If you see news about like giant tornadoes coming down and destroying part of the country, believe me, we'll try to reach out by Twitter just to let everybody know. But don't take a period of non-communication as anything other than, okay, just infrastructure disruption. And hopefully it'll be fine. The storm will roll through. It won't be as bad as they're saying, and we'll all be back to, you know, for regular streaming on Monday and Tuesday and so forth. So hopefully see you then. With all of that said, let's go jump in. I really should have been prepping this while I was talking. Let's go find somebody fun to raid. Oh, and speak of the devil, it looks like Jägermeister's on right now. Let's just be sure, because we've all had that experience of leaving the stream running, but it sure looks like he's there. So let me just make sure he's not hosting. Yeah, he's right there. Awesome. So let's do a quick raid over. Jägermeister is currently playing some Factorio. It's... I've said it before. I will go through periods where I get super, like, that itch to go in and do Factorio. And then I get around to right around the part where you're starting to refine oil, and I'm like, I am not smart enough to figure this out and sort of bail on the experience. But when you get a chance to watch somebody like Samalander or Jägermeister who do understand the systems and are going super deep into them, it is a very fun and rewarding game, not unlike Caroluna's streams of Space Engineers. So won't you please join us for some Jägermeister? On our way out, we're going to do a shout out for I, Moo, Do You, Moo 2, and Samalander, and Centrifugal Force. Let me just get that in there. We'll do More Than Mia. We'll do Tashir. Oops. Games. And I'm surely forgetting somebody who... Let's do Groomfee. Oops. No, I'm out of time. So I think Groomfee will have to be the last one. Apologies to people in chat who may not have gotten a shout out, but rest assured that we will try to get one in for you for the next episode. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.